Hello, I'm Jane Fonda, and this is A&M Studios in Hollywood, California. On the evening of January 28th, along with several other people, I was fortunate to be here and to witness an extraordinary event. 45 of the most remarkable singers in American popular music had come together to record a special song and make a special commitment. For many of us watching that night, part of the thrill was seeing so many diverse artists working together so compatibly, with serious purpose, but with a sense of humor and spontaneous spirit. After all, how often have any of us had a chance to see genuine legends like Ray Charles, Bob Dylan, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Diana Ross, Tina Turner, Bruce Springsteen, Willie Nelson, oh, and so many more, all in the same room, sharing harmonies, telling jokes, and even shedding tears. Frankly, it was a bit like a dream. The vision of an artist community coming together, declaring that an urgent common concern was more important to them than musical differences or individual renown. It was a dream too good not to share. And so in the next hour, we would like to give you a glimpse of some of the more enduring moments of that memorable evening. A few days before the actual historic session, another musical meeting took place. This time at Lion's Share Studios with Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, and Stevie Wonder all present. By the end of the session, it was clear that the song not only had shape and substance, but also had enough heart and soul to inspire the kind of affinity necessary to bind together so many diverse singers. In fact, there was a spirit of cooperation, amiability, and exhilaration born at this session that would eventually carry over to the entire USA for Africa project.
Hello? Hello? How you doing, Louie? Man, are you kidding? It is good. Well, Stevie and Michael and Lionel are here. So we're just getting ready to cut the track now. We're getting ready to cut the basic now.
The next night, Michael and Lionel recorded a final rough version of the vocals, while drummer John Robinson, bassist Louis Johnson, and pianist Greg Phillinganes laid down some basic rhythm tracks. Then Quincy and engineer Humberto Gatica did a mix of the song and sent tapes of it to the other artists who were invited to lend their voices to the project. Finally, it was the night of Monday, January 28th. Trucks began arriving here at the A&M lot shortly after dark. Over 150 technicians and crew members began assembling a complex audio and video network of equipment. Nobody was receiving payment for their effort or materials. In fact, even the videotape you're now watching was contributed, and there was more than 45 hours worth of it used.
Don't worry.
By 8:30, A&M Studios had been transformed into the temporary capital of American popular music. Michael Jackson bypassed the American Music Awards to come in by himself and record one final guide vocal that Quincy could use as a map for the song's chorus parts. Then, a little after 9 p.m., The other singers and their guests began arriving. Many, like Cyndi Lauper and Tina Turner and Lionel Richie, were coming straight from the American Music Awards, where Tina and Cyndi had performed and Lionel had hosted. People who had been competitors only a few hours before were now meeting as partners in deliverance. Others like Daryl Hall, John Oates, Paul Simon, Billy Joel, and Bruce Springsteen had flown in that same day.
I'll be here. I guess this is where they leave me stay.
When I saw those faces come to the studio that night after the American Music Awards, and they just were checking in one by one, Ray Charles, and just on, and I started to feel that everybody was on the case, and they weren't involved in the egos, and that's one of the key words we had that night was check your ego at the door.
You saw artists that had just met for the evening, hugging each other or comforting each other. I will tell you, though, no one was intimidated.
To walk into their midst and to feel an instant sense of camaraderie, an instant sense of belonging, an instant sense of oneness is a very, very unusual experience.
Hold everybody, please. First, I'd like you to meet Bob Geldof, who is really the inspiration for this whole thing. Thank you, Chef. He just came back from Ethiopia, and he'd like to talk to you.
Oh, would I? Well, maybe to put you in the mood of the song you're about to sing, which hopefully will save millions of lives, I think it's best to remember that the price for life this year is a piece of plastic 7 inches wide with a hole in the middle. And that, I think, is an indictment of us. And I think what's happening in Africa is a crime of historic proportions. And the crime is that the Western world has got billions of tons of grain bursting in its silos, and we're not releasing it to people who are dying of hunger. And I don't know if we in particular can conceive of nothing, but nothing is not having a cardboard box to sleep under at -10 degrees. Nothing is not having any drink to get drunk on, not having water. And you walk into one of the corrugated iron huts and you see meningitis and malaria and typhoid buzzing around in the air, and you see dead bodies lying side by side with the live ones, and on a good day you can only see 120 people die slowly in front of you. And in some of the camps you see 15 bags of flour for 27,500 people. And it's that we're here for. And I don't want to bring anybody down, but maybe it's the best way of making what you really feel, why you're really here tonight, come out through this song. So thanks a lot, everybody, and let's hope it works.
We're going to start out to, number one, I'd like to just let everybody know that the names down here are for solos. We're going to do the ensembles first, and to get all the stacking and all that carpentry out of the way. So if it's too high for anybody, they can just rest on this stack, and then we'll come back and put it away. Okay? So we'll make a playback, and then we'll start chopping wood. Okay? Now hear it hum?
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a brighter day. Just you and me.
Okay, let's put it on the tape.